Greetings to everyone out there in the NoDQ galaxy. Welcome to the NoDQ live recap of Monday Night Raw for August 19th, 2019. We had the start of the King of the Ring tournament. We also had build up to WWE's next pay-per-view offering, which is Clash of Champions, coming up sometime in mid-September, 14th, 15th, whatever day it is. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with this review. Shout out to everyone in the chat room for participating in the live video stream, and thank you to everyone that is also watching on demand. Very much appreciated. And real quick plug for NoDQ.com/merch. You can get the NoDQ.com t-shirt, you can get the NoDQ.com hat, and I would like to thank everyone that has purchased a hat so far. NoDQ.com/merch. You can pick up some NoDQ.com merchandise. We kicked off Monday Night Raw with Jerry Lawler being part of the commentary team, replacing, what's his name, Corey Graves for this week. And WWE hyped up a King's Court segment where Jerry Lawler would be interviewing Sasha Banks in regards to what she did to Becky Lynch on last week's episode of Raw. The big dog, Roman Reigns, came out, of course, for a match with Dolph Ziggler, which was made on social media. Ziggler came out, did a brief promo, talked about how he's not a keyboard warrior like the fans are. He said he's actually glad that Roman is okay. The fans started chanting, "You suck at Ziggler." And Ziggler said he had to go through 3 spears at SummerSlam by Goldberg, and he thought he would only be dealing with 1 spear because Goldberg only spears people once every 6 months. Ziggler then hit Roman with a cheap shot super kick, and the referee was checking on Roman. Of course, Roman Reigns is the big dog, so he had to pull through. We had the match, your usual Roman Reigns / John Cena match where the heel hits all the big moves, babyface keeps kicking out, and hey, I mean, it works for the live crowd, it works for some of the viewers at home. People buy into the near falls. Why, I don't know. I could tell you guys, if you're watching this, Roman is not losing a match unless there's outside interference. Just telling you. So you're wasting your time getting into the near falls because Roman ain't losing, man. He ain't losing. He's the big dog. He's the icon of WWE. He's the face that runs the place. He is the man with the pythons. You know what I'm saying. He never gives up. He never backs down. He never quits. He is the hero of all heroes, the great Roman Reigns. So yeah, Ziggler hit all of his big moves. He hit the zigzag, and shocker, holy cow, Roman Reigns kicked out of the zigzag. I can't believe it, people. How did he kick out of it? And then Ziggler hit a Faymaster, and again, Roman Reigns kicked out. Holy cow. Hank Schrader on the shitter with a $2 super chat says, Raw was lame watching Ozarks, but FF Raw in 15 minutes yawn. I wasn't sure Ozark was back yet. I thought that they still have like a couple months to go until the new season. But hey, Ozark is a quality show, so there you go. Ziggler got in Roman's face. He was yelling, "Do something." And of course, Roman did do something. Hit the spear and pinned Dolph Ziggler. What a shocker. Dolph Ziggler loses again. I thought this was boring personally, but I know people were getting into it. And yeah, technically, it was a good match, but man, I can't get into it when I feel like the outcome is very obvious. And in this case, I'm like, well, Ziggler's on a losing streak. Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns, and come on now. It's just a waste of time. This is what happens when you book Roman Reigns like Superman and you book Dolph Ziggler like EC3, but at least he gets on TV. Mr. Anderson with a $1 super chat. No comment from Mr. Anderson. By the way, the NoDQ Super Chat Championship is currently vacant. So anybody out there, if you send in a $5 super chat, you can become the brand new NoDQ Super Chat champion. We did have somebody claim it several days ago on NoDQ's King of the Ring live stream, but that person decided to be a jerk, and I stripped them of the Super Chat championship. So it's currently vacant. Right now, it is up for grabs. I forgot to mention that before Reigns came out, we had a recap of the whole Roman Reigns thing. So there you go. Yet another recap. How many recaps do we need of Roman Reigns and the Attacker? By the way, that didn't take long. Awesome JL94 with a $5 super chat. So congratulations. Awesome JL94. You were the new NoDQ Super Chat champion of the world. He says, I haven't been on your live stream in a while. I heard about the NoDQ Super Chat Championship, so why not take a shot at it? Well, congratulations. You won it. You beat Vacant, which is something that happens a lot in WWE. Vacant wins the title and then loses it. Congratulations to you for being the new NoDQ Super Chat champion. We had another recap. We had a recap of Sasha Banks and her return, her heel turn. Becky Lynch was interviewed, and I actually thought this was a pretty good interview by by Becky. Becky said that she wants the best, and that's why she's always calling people out. She wants the most aggressive opponents possible that can fight her. She said that Sasha left 4 months ago crying, and now she's hotter than ever. But Becky said that Sasha is the greatest person to never be great. Becky said that she was the one that put all this work in to help Sasha. She did more for Sasha than Sasha actually did for herself. And then Becky vowed to give Sasha something that she will be able to go home and cry about. Really solid promo, I thought, from Becky Lynch. And shout out to Interstate Kyle, who drove from California to Wyoming, all the way back through Colorado to California. That's a lot of driving for sure. Thanks for tuning in, Kyle. I appreciate it. We had Jerry Lawler get in the ring for his big King's Court segment, and he said that King of the Ring had a lot of great winners over the years. He mentioned Steve Austin. He mentioned Brock Lesnar, since Brock is from Minneapolis. Then all of a sudden, the lights went out, and Jerry Lawler at least showed that he's been watching Raw. He said, I've seen this before. He started to leave. He knew The Fiend was coming, but apparently Lawler has not watched enough WWE programming to know, even if you leave the ring, you're still not out of the woods. Lawler was looking towards the ring, and Bray Wyatt snuck up behind him. Then Bray proceeded to put the mandible claw on poor Jerry the King Lawler. I get now why Bray Wyatt uses the mandible claw as his finisher, because Bray's doing this gimmick where he's taking out all of the legends, and if the legends can't take bumps anymore, then at least they could take the mandible claw. So therefore, it makes sense for Bray to be doing that move if he's the new legend killer. He's got the Randy Orton legend killer gimmick, it seems. Hank Schrader on the Shitter, still my favorite username to this day, with a $1.50 super chat donation. He sent a sticker. I'm not sure what sticker that is, but he's taken advantage of that sticker feature in the chat room. Good segment here from The Fiend. I liked it. Keep it nice and simple. Just let Bray take out more people and get more heat. I'm cool with it. No issues with it. People are saying it's a salt shaker. Thank you for that. The little sticker that Hank Schrader on the Shitter sent. So Jerry Lawler got taken out, and he was replaced by Vic Joseph, who sounds exactly like Michael Cole. Not his voice itself, but what he was saying. Like, I feel like Michael Cole was given a script, and this week Vince was like, let's give the script to Vic and let him try to carry the show. Vic was basically saying all the things that Michael Cole would say. Very robotic. And TGS says he likes Vic, but he came off like a Michael Cole clone on this show. I mean, That's how I saw it. Maybe he does better work on 205 Live, but I don't watch 205 Live, so can't really make a comparison. I just thought he came off exactly like Michael Cole, and that's not a compliment. But again, I feel like he was going off a script, the same exact script that Michael Cole would go off every week on Raw. We had Ricochet and The Miz versus Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin. King of the Ring matches put together into a tag match. You know, just standard TV filler match. Baron Corbin was wearing a tank top, which I actually did like. I'm glad that he's at least changing his look up a little bit. Ricochet hit the recoil on Baron Corbin to pick up the victory, which worries me a little bit because I feel like now Ricochet is going to lose his first round match next week. I hope not, but I'm a little concerned, you know, with WWE's whole 50-50 booking. I am a bit worried. I was happy about my results, but I'll get to that in a few minutes here for tonight. I'm hoping I can do a perfect score with this King of the Ring tournament, but we'll see what happens with that. Kim Hall with a $5 super chat, so thank you for that, Kim Hall. Kim, you are the brand new NoDQ super chat champion of the world. Congratulations. And Kim says, haven't had the NoDQ championship yet, but I enjoy your live chats and recaps, so it's time for me to show my support. Well, thank you very much for that, Kim. I appreciate it. And Kim, via the bank statement, you defeated Awesome JL94 to capture the championship. If you guys don't want to come up with your own ways of winning the title, I'll make one up for you. So, bank statement, brand new champion, Kim Hall, holding the NoDQ Super Chat Championship for the first time. TGS says, if we win a free shirt, can we switch to a hat? No. Moving on here, we had Booker T interviewed on Skype. So apparently this is the new thing now where legends are going to be interviewed via Skype. Not much to say. He just talked about how Jerry Lawler was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He picked Drew McIntyre to win the whole thing. We had the phenomenal AJ Styles versus Braun Strowman for the, I think it's the United States Championship, not the IC title. The OC came in for the quick DQ, so Bill, Caitlin's dad, you correctly predicted that one. I think we all did. Seth Rollins made the save, and then Rollins and Strowman had a handshake, but a little bit of tension, you know, a little bit of a tease for the future. This was fine. I mean, I wasn't expecting a title change here, and they did set up something for later. Shout out to longtime NoDQ viewer and supporter Caleb Jacobs, who is he is working out. He's hanging and banging in the gym. He's dropping some weight. Props to you. Keep it going, my friend. We had Seth Rollins backstage with Braun Strowman, and Rollins said that Strowman should be his next challenger for the United States Championship. But first, Seth Rollins has some unfinished business with the club and proposed the idea that him and Strowman could go for the tag team titles. Strowman basically said nothing, but we did end up having the tag team match set up. Awesome JL94 wants the championship back, so JL94 says with a $5 super chat, sorry to rain on your parade, but a quick roll up to Kim to retake the title. Congratulations once again, the reigning and defending NoDQ Super Chat champion, Awesome JL94. By the way, guys, you can also pick up a Super Chat Championship t-shirt over at NoDQ.com/merch. Just wanted to throw that out there along with this nice hat. And $6 super chat from Nicholas Easy says, win back with my title with chloroform. Wow, that's a new one. I think that's the first time we've had a NoDQ super chat title change via chloroform. 5-time champion. Congratulations to Nicholas. That's quite sadistic of you. But hey, whatever works, works, right? We had footage shown of Drake Maverick attempting to win the 24/7 championship from Elias. in Elias's studio, and of course he failed miserably. Elias beat the crap out of poor Drake Maverick. Elias then had his farewell performance to Monday Night Raw, but he was having sound issues, and as it turns out, there was a reason why. We had R-Truth as the guy who's the, whatever the term is for running the whole thing. R-Truth got in the ring, attempted to win back his baby. He had several near falls, but ultimately failed to regain the championship, and Elias escaped. Yeah, he was basically the roadie, the stagehand, whatever the term is. And TJS thought that the sound issues were legit at first. Well, if it was WCW Monday Nitro, I would say it was definitely legit. But, I mean, Raw, I give them credit. They do have good production values, and it's very rare where you get, like, a legitimate screw-up. So most of the time, when something like this happens, I'm like, angle alert. Next up, we had Rey Mysterio with a backstage promo. Basically, a retirement speech saying things had not been clicking for him. What Andrade did, ripping off his mask, was a disgrace, and wanted to get his payback, but was unable to do so. He feels like the injuries finally caught up with him and said, it's time to hang up the mask. And that's when Rey's son, Dominic, came to confront him and say that he wants to team up with his dad, and he begged his dad to not retire, stay in WWE, don't retire. He vowed to make Rey proud, and Rey said he would stay in WWE and not retire just yet, and the two of them had an emotional father and son moment. And of course, if you read all the reports, WWE wants Dominic to actually become a wrestler. So at some point, I would suspect we're going to get Rey and Dominic in a tag team match, and maybe Dominic turns heel and we get a father-son feud, which would not shock me if we get that eventually. Moving on here, we had the Revival versus the New Day in a tag team match, which ended when Randy Orton from SmackDown showed up with an RKO out of nowhere, causing the disqualification. Kofi Kingston, the WWE Champion, attempted to make the save, but then got an RKO from Randy Orton. And then Xavier Woods tried to get back involved. However, he ended up taking a shatter machine into an RKO. So it looks like Randy Orton and the Revival are now doing a tag team or a six-man faction, whatever you want to call it. Legacy 2.0, perhaps. I don't know if they're going to be a long-term group. Then we had a really interesting angle where the Revival smashed Xavier's leg while Randy Orton forced Kofi to watch. I thought this was a really good angle. I thought that this was probably the best thing on the entire show. So if you're going to watch anything from Raw this week, this would be what I would recommend checking out. And maybe the main event segment, which we'll get to here shortly. My man, Mike D, with a $5 super chat. I'm not sure where Mike B is, but Mike D, $5 super chat. Brand new NoDQ super chat champion via the Hulk Hogan leg drop of doom. And he says, is there a new legacy forming with Orton and the Revival? It certainly looks that way, and Mike B is in the house, by the way. It does look like Randy Orton and the Revival are forming a group, and, you know, I think that's fine. I would be a fan of WWE making bigger groups. Like, we have all these three-person groups all the time, but never, like, four-people groups. If you're going to do a bunch of three-people groups, why not do the whole Trios Championship, which is something I've been proposing for a while now. Like, merge some of the other titles, and if you're going to introduce a new title, why not a Trios title? You got all these three-person groups. You got New Day. You got the OC. You got potentially Randy Orton and the Revival. You have the Lucha House Party as long as they're going to be around. So you got some groups that you could have fight for the titles, you know. I wouldn't mind it. It's something WWE hasn't done before, so it would be something different. The Game is on 100 with a $2 super chat says, I like the Randy Orton attack on New Day, very good. And I agree. I thought it was a strong segment here to build up the inevitable Kofi versus Randy Orton rematch at Night or Clash of Champions, whatever the hell it's called. Did I mention the first King of the Ring match, or did I accidentally skip over that? I'm looking through my notes here. I'm not sure if I mentioned the... Okay, I forgot to mention it. So let me talk about the first King of the Ring match real quick here, and then I'll get back to where I was. It was Samoa Joe versus Cesaro. I was half thinking Joe was going to lose this. I felt like poor Joe just doesn't have any momentum. And Cesaro really doesn't either, but Joe's at least getting a little bit of a push. Again, he's the guy that comes close to being a big star, but doesn't quite reach that level. I thought this was a solid match. Cesaro went for an uppercut immediately when the match started and got a near fall on Joe, but in the end, Joe ended up winning with the Coquina Clutch. Easy for me to say. And I saw some comments on Twitter, Cesaro got buried. Come on, guys. I mean, if Samoa Joe lost this, you'd have the Samoa Joe got buried comments. Somebody has to lose, guys. It was a competitive match. I mean, it was fine. I mean, complaining about this is really nitpicking. At least the guys got to have a good match on TV. And yeah, not everybody can win all the time. Really, I think with Cesaro, he just needs to go back to being teamed with Sheamus, because they worked really well together, and I feel like Cesaro's just floundering without Sheamus. So hopefully Sheamus is back soon, and the two of them can get back together with the Bar. Awesome JL94 with a $5 super chat. So once again, your brand new NoDQ super chat champion, Awesome JL94. He says, woke up from that chloroform attack, so a spear and a jackhammer to retake the super chat champion. Very nicely done. Taking a page out of old Whisker Biscuits playbook. All right, so a little bit of a rant here. Sasha Banks was interviewed. Michael Cole asked her, why did she do what she did to Natalya and Becky Lynch? And Sasha was like, well, I looked in the mirror and I realized that blue is my color. She said she looks good and she feels even better. And then Michael Cole once again asked her what the deal is, and Sasha just responded with, you're welcome, and left. And that was the segment. So wasn't exactly the whole I don't owe you an explanation scenario, but it was pretty much the same thing. No reason why she did it. You know, I guess I was asking for too much, asking for like a Bret Hart night after WrestleMania 13 style promo where she would just go all out and just pour her heart out and just give the people an epic promo of all time. I mean, can Sasha really cut one? I mean, maybe that's the problem. I don't know. But yeah, I was definitely hoping for more, and I was disappointed with this. We have a $10 super chat from Axel. Axel says, off topic, I will accept it for the $10 super chat, and congratulations, you are the new NoDQ super chat champion. He says, could you see if the chances given WWE one day recreating Evolution with Charlotte Flair, Triple H's daughter, and Randy Orton's daughter? Ooh, that is interesting. Now, I feel like it's way too soon to be predicting that, but I mean, I could definitely see Triple H and Randy Orton's daughters getting into wrestling. I mean, that would not shock me at all if that happened. It may be a very long time from now, and maybe Charlotte is 50 years old and they're in their 20s. I could see that. What is the age difference between Charlotte, Triple H's daughter, and which one, by the way, and Randy Orton's daughter? I'm not even sure the age differences, but yeah, I don't see, if that does happen, that would be a long time from now. But yeah, I mean, I definitely would not rule it out if they get into the wrestling business. Let's see. Michael Wayne says Triple H's daughter is 13. So yeah, there is quite the age difference, and Randy Orton's daughter is 11. So yeah, maybe 10 years from now, 15 years from now, Could see it as a possibility. Next up, we had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defending the women's tag team titles against Fire and Desire, whatever they're called, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. This was fine. I mean, I'm happy because the tag team titles are being defended. Nikki hit the cross neck breaker to pin Sonya. Cool. I like it. At least the champions are winning matches, which is better than what was happening before, so I'll take it. Natural Born Thriller with a $5 super chat is now a four-time NoDQ super chat champion, and also cool Ultimate Warrior shirt, always believe. Well, thank you for that. Picked it up courtesy of Pro Wrestling Crate, so go over there, ProWrestlingCrate.com. Even though they stopped sending me the boxes, I guess they got tired of it. They got tired of my lame unboxing videos, which really were not that good. I was never a fan of doing unboxing videos, but they were popular and wanted to do something with Pro Wrestling Crate, but yeah, they just stopped sending me the boxes, so. Oh well. I think they're still in business, Darius. I believe they are. To my knowledge, I still get emails from them. But yeah, by the way, if anybody out there watching this, you guys have like some kind of company and you want to promote your stuff, you have like unboxing or crates or whatever, feel free to hit me up and I'll do the unboxing videos if you want to send me stuff. Just throwing it out there. I'll still do it. I just don't do a very good job of it, but I'll do it, and you get the publicity or whatnot. We had another backstage promo with Seth Rollins. Talking about how Braun Strowman should follow his lead and they'll win the tag team titles. And Strowman was like, no, you follow my lead and we'll win the tag team titles, guaranteed. We had Cedric Alexander versus Sami Zayn in the second King of the Ring match. Cedric did a quick promo saying he's a man of few words, but he's going to take the Age of Alexander to new heights. Cedric then proceeded to beat Sami Zayn with the lumbar check. Absolutely no surprise here. Sami Zayn's on the way down. Alexander's on the way up. So to me, this was an obvious match here. An obvious finish. We had an interview, well, not really an interview, but a backstage promo with Street Profits, Dawkins, and Ford. Dawkins was upset that his bracket was already busted and then wants to know why there's no tag team Kings of the Ring tournament. And then Ford brought up the tag team title match for the main event of Raw, talking about how Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman are brawlins. Okay. This was fine. But again, I feel like their comedy sometimes is hit and miss. This week was kind of a miss for me. And by the way, they're staying in NXT for those of you wondering. Oh, by the way, no reference to NXT moving to USA Network. This was a big story that was breaking over the weekend, and it was reportedly going to be announced on Raw tonight. No announcement. Only thing I can think is that WWE decided to postpone it a week or so just because they want to. I don't know. But yeah, no reference to that whatsoever. Mike Garcia with the $2 super chat says, why aren't crowds loud and sane like the Attitude Era? Well, I think it might have something to do with the fact that the shows just aren't as good as they used to be or creative as they used to be. Could be that. I mean, there isn't really a whole lot to get excited about these days, you know. I did think that this was a good crowd overall. I do agree with Michael Wayne. I thought it was a good crowd, probably a better than average crowd for Raw. You know, they were into the show for the most part. We had a backstage promo with the OC. Anderson and Gallows were upset about Rollins and Strowman getting a tag team title match. AJ said, you know, don't sweat it. This is a chance for the OC to show their greatness. Then we had a Natalya promo. Natalya was in her sling. She talked about how Sasha was one of her friends, and she just doesn't understand why Sasha would attack her and ruin their friendship. And then Sasha Banks proceeded to attack Natalya from behind. She called Natalya a crybaby. And then she said, "Go to hell, Natty, and tell your dad I said hi." This was a little bit of an edgy line here, and I'm sure some people got offended by it. You know, the same people that want the Attitude Era back probably complained about this. I mean, what I'm going to complain about is not the line, but the fact that we still don't know why Sasha's mad. Like, I would have rather had a good reason why she's mad other than she's just mad. So, again, I thought the whole follow-up was pretty weak because I want to know, why is Sasha pissed off? Tell me why she's pissed off. Give me something compelling, some kind of story here, why she's mad other than she's just mad. You know, is she on her period or something? Like, what's the deal here? Then we had the main event, the Raw Tag Team titles. The OC defending against Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. AJ Styles tried to interfere, but it was not enough. Braun Strowman hit the running power slam to Anderson, and then Seth Rollins hit the curb stomp to AJ to prevent AJ from breaking up the pin, and that led to Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman becoming the new WWE Raw Tag Team Champions. And this is fine. I know some people didn't like the title change and feel like OC is getting buried. I'm not a fan of the group to begin with just because the name OC is lame and they're saying they're the only club that matters. It sounds very petty, you know. I mean, the Bullet Club isn't really even a thing anymore. I guess it is in Japan. I don't know what they're doing with it. Haven't been following it. But still, like, what's the big deal here about them being the only club that matters, the OC, you know, named after the TV show? Just the whole thing, I feel, is kind of thrown together and lame. I mean, if you got Balor in the mix and turned Balor heel, it might be more interesting. Have a 4-person faction, which would be cool. So I'm not really complaining that much. I mean, it adds more intrigue to Rollins and Strowman, and they need a story. They're going to be headlining the next pay-per-view most likely, so I'm fine with them being the tag champs. I mean, at least the tag titles will mean something now. Got a $10 super chat from Jorge. Jorge says, "I think the King of the Ring tournament this year being on Raw is probably a test run since they haven't had it in a while. Maybe next year it could possibly be a pay-per-view." And he adds this super chat by stating, "3-time NoDQ super chat champion." Congratulations, Jorge, on being a three-time champion. I really do appreciate it. And let's go ahead and do the letter grade from Monday Night Raw. I thought it was all right, but pretty average show. Some good moments, some disappointing moments. So far, King of the Ring tournament has been good. I did enjoy the orange stuff. Main event was solid. Sasha thing was disappointing. So I'm going to give Raw a B-. You know, it was all right. Not a bad show, but not a great show either. And B-, C+, somewhere in there. Mike B with a $5 super chat says, "Bray's mandible claw to regain my title." Oh, that reminds me of Nia Jax. My title! Oh, that was so cringeworthy, that Nia Jax promo. I do not miss her. Like, I'm sure she's a nice person, but I, for one, have not missed Nia Jax being gone. And congratulations, Mike B, for being the brand new NoDQ Super Chat champion. Let's see what some of your guys' letter grades are. Jorge gives it a B. Mr. Anderson with a B. Kayfabe Candy S says B- is fair. The Game Is On 100 with a C+. Nathan Washington enjoyed it, gave it an A. Mark Griffith with an A+. Michael Wayne with a C+. Shutterbug Fan with a C+. And Ma Wrestling with a B-. Chris Mace with a C-. And Jeremy Dorset with a B-. So pretty good reviews for Raw this week. Colin Andrew, my man, Colin Andrew. Wow, I botched that. Colin Andrew with a $5 super chat says, "California, here we come. Hashtag NX Team." Congratulations, Colin Andrew, on being the brand new NoDQ Super Chat champion. And since you said California, here we come, I'll say you beat Mike B with the Stinger Splash, because Sting was built from Venice Beach, California. So there you go. Colin Andrew, the new NoDQ Super Chat champion. But wait a minute. Awesome JL94 out of nowhere with a $5 Super Chat says, a cheap shot by hitting a low blow to Colin Andrew. So Colin Andrew, I don't know if you plan on having any more kids, but you might not be having any more after this night. Awesome JL94 with a low blow to become a 4-time Super Chat champion. Now, maybe if Colin was wearing a cup, unlike AJ Styles, he can come back and regain the championship. We'll see if he does just that at some point. Power Packers 90 with a $5 Super Chat. So Power Packers 90, brand new, NoDQ Super Chat champion of the world. Says, Bullet Club is still hot. Kenta just joined them. And Jay White won the G1, the real best tournament in wrestling. He gives Raw a C+ grade. Hashtag 15-time champion. I'm going to say Power Packers 90 won the title via the Kenta go to sleep. How about that? Because you mentioned Kenta. So Bullet Club's still a thing, but, AEW's the enemy right now, not New Japan. So why is WWE even bothering with the only club that matters? To me, it's really lame. So we had Power Packers 90 beat Awesome JL 94 for the championship. And now, all of a sudden, Colin Andrew is back. So apparently he was wearing a cup, ladies and gentlemen. Colin Andrew, $5 Super Chat with a purple nurple. Whatever that is, I don't know, and perhaps I don't want to know. Could be one of those Shikara moves or Hood Slam, if any of you have heard of that. Shout out to Josh from Vancouver, Washington. Miss you, buddy. Not sure if he's watching this or not. So Colin Andrew is now a 14-time NoDQ Super Chat champion of the world. Congratulations to Colin Andrew. Good thing you were wearing that cup to regain the championship. Awesome JL94, though, right back in the thick of things with a super kick to Colin Andrew. Hopefully not a Dolph Ziggler super kick. Hopefully it's a Shawn Michaels one to get the job done, because the Ziggler one might not just cut it. Awesome JL94 super kick to become the five-time NoDQ Super Chat champion of the world. Congratulations to Awesome JL94. You are once again the champion. But hold on a second, guys. Colin Andrew back again. This is the Flair and Steamboat of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Colin Andrew with a $5 Super Chat says, no DQ meetup in Ohio soon. Let's make it happen. I agree, Colin. I am totally down for a no DQ meetup in Ohio. Virtue, you're in Ohio. So I got to coordinate with you. We got to set this up. We got to make it happen. Noah Foster's in Ohio. Colin Andrews in Ohio. Virtue's in Ohio. We got a lot of cool people in Ohio. A lot of Team No DQ. I say let's do it. We got to set something up before the year is over. No DQ meetup in Ohio. Josh Mansfield, another loyal No DQ member, Team No DQ. So I will definitely work on that, Colin Andrew. Mike D in his house with a $5 Super Chat, yo. He says, knockout punch from a Big Show heel turn to become a 3-time champion. I love the Big Show heel turn is the little twist there. So a knockout punch to Ohio's Colin Andrew. Mike D, brand new, no DQ, Super Chat champion of the world. Congratulations. But hold on a second. Awesome JL94 back again with a $5 Super Chat. And let's see what he says here. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. He says, RKO, out of nowhere, 6-time Super Chat champion. Awesome JL94. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. You're the new NoDQ Super Chat champion, dethroning the man known as Mike D. Not sure if it's the Beastie Boys Mike D, but Mike D nonetheless. Good job on that, awesome JL94. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I really do appreciate it. Again, quick plug. If you'd like to support NoDQ.com, buy a hat. NoDQ.com/merch is the URL you can go to. You can still go to shirts, but I figured since I have hats and other types of merchandise available now, you can go over straight to NoDQ.com/merch. And if there is demand for it, you guys let me know. Email me, NoDQmisc@gmail.com. If you guys are interested in beanies, I will bring back beanies. I've had some requests. If you guys would like me to bring back some beanies, make some new ones and put them on the market, let me know. Let me know there's demand. NoDQmisc@gmail.com. And Mike B, not Mike D, but Mike B with a Superfly Splash. 1, 2, a 1, a 2, a 3. To pin awesome JL94 to become the new NoDQ Super Chat champion. I want to see Mike D beat Mike B for the championship or vice versa. Where's Mike C? We got to get Mike C in the house. We got to get Mike A. We got to get Mike Z, Mike Q. We got to get all these Mikes. A Mike Battle Royal would be very entertaining for the NoDQ Super Chat champion. But right now, Mike B is the new NoDQ Super Chat champion of the world. So thank you very much for that, Mike B. Believe that. So that's all I got for tonight. Hold on a second. Jorge comes back out of nowhere with an F5 to Mike B to win the new NoDQ Super Chat championship of the world. Let me get the belt one more time. The very prestigious NoDQ Super Chat Championship. You can buy a shirt over at NoDQ.com/merch, by the way. Jorge hits the F5 to Mike B and says, good night, Aaron. Good night to you, Jorge. Looks like you're going to be the final champion of the evening. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Hold on. Colin Andrew back again with a $5 Super Chat. He says, buy some NoDQ merch and bring back the beanies. All right, Colin. You made the request for the beanies. Let me hear from the rest of you. Do you want more beanies? Will you buy a beanie? Email me, NoDQmisc@gmail.com. And on that note, I will go ahead and sign off for the evening. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.